Yes.
Bueno, esta mañana estamos con el gran Marko Hietala, parte de muchísima historia dentro de...
People have been expecting this certain legendary duet for quite a while, it seems, and the reception has been absolutely brilliant. It's
Yeah,
been
it's been
great.
almost 20 years
Yeah.
without Target, so yeah,
Yeah.
how has been this reception from, well, playing again with her and also, well, the people that were expecting you guys to play together and sing together?
It's how would I say it? Well, in already kind of said it. It's glorious, but there are of course aspects that it really was a long time ago, and we kind of managed to renew the friendship, and then got to do that Swiss show where Tarja asked that would I come over and do Phantom of the Opera, and it was immediately like, exciting, I'll do it. And, and then one thing leads to another. Now we're here on tour, and it seems that people are just loving it, seeing us do a few selected pieces together. So for now, it's of course it's just great. But then again, we both also have solo careers. She doesn't have an album in the works right now, but well, me and my band we do, and all that. So it's very likely that we'll be arranging a few other things together as well. But of course, we also do some songs on our own and all that. But for now, this is yeah, just just great.
Wow. Yeah, well, and talking about your solo career, you will release this Fire of the Black Heart, an amazing album.
Thank you.
And what are your plans as a solo artist?
Plans as a solo artist, well, like I said, we got the second album in the works, some singles and videos and all that.
Hmm.
And well, something's gonna be coming up pretty soon.
That's great.
Album is gonna take a while. I know that I already said earlier on, like last year, that we're gonna be aiming for the spring of this year, May or something. But we simply don't have the chance to put the whole album out yet. But we got some stuff made ready already, which are waiting for the usual album release politics where you discuss with the record company and
Yeah.
the possible future views of what is coming out when and from some others in order to find a nice spot, avoid competition and avoid being buried in the pile of the same type of things, which I don't think there are that many, but
Well, Marco, you played here in South America with Aneke last year in September, October. How how was that tour? Because well, I was there on one show and it was amazing. How was the feeling to play with Aneke there in this acoustic version?
Anneke, as a person, as a musician, seemed to be a really. It was a nice fit for me and Thomas as well. We had a really like a good musical and personal connection when starting to go over the songs, starting to build out harmonies and all that, and we were nailing them down really fast. And so basically, the essentials were everything there, and then we started doing shows. Haven't been doing shows on this side of the world for a while, so it was great to go with a little bit of a smaller traveling group, easy to set up, easy to do, and all that. And yeah, there were a lot of really like brilliant shows there too. People were really happy to see us. And then you get some choice pieces where the vocal harmonies really work, like Sound of Silence, for instance, from Simon and Garfunkel,
Yeah.
and all those. We made a lot of music there, a lot of covers, some of our own, and a lot of people were happy. It was, yeah, for a touring musician, it's as things should go, very much.
Yeah.
You do things that you enjoy and make you happy, and at the same time you manage to make a hell of a bunch of people happy as well.
Yeah. Well, talking about covers, well, you played like Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. I was really happy with that. So Black Sabbath and Dio and everything. What in your childhood, or maybe when you were a teenager, uh, what were the song or the artist that made you think like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be doing this for all my life?
Yeah, I got hooked when I was hooked to Sabbath and Purple and all these 70s hard rock and metal groups already when I was a really teeny kid. And I think one of the like major steps of me becoming what I am, whether you like it or not, is was the Rainbow Lonely Rock and Roll album. I was 11 when I heard it, and the Dio was in the prime of his life with the vocals, and he's got that really strong, like a vibe, like push through vibe in his voice and everything, the raw dragon breath. I know that I was blown away. I actually learned to sing the whole album already as a kid. I knew the lyrics all by heart, and not anymore.
Now you have to read them. But
Yeah, now I have to relearn if we're gonna perform anything from there. I gotta relearn. But yeah, I think that even though I didn't know what was gonna happen, that was one of the steps that kind of sunk into my inner being. The budding musician, that is very much of a part of my, backbone, started to develop from there. And I was 12 when I started to fiddle around with my dad's acoustics, and 13 and the first school band, and already ended up singing there, playing both guitar and bass. So, and then when I was something like 14, 14, 15, I already had long hair and everything. I was on my way. This is my thing. My parents were scared, but I went on to musical high school, and learned a bit more from the theoretical side. Musical theory went well. Musical history went totally shit. So I kind of like the stuff that Bach has done. There's some genius stuff, but was he born on 70s or 60s or 50s? I don't remember. It's not essential to me to put it into that context. I mean, it's hundreds of years ago anyway.
Ah.
Yeah, coffee machine.
Yeah, the coffee machine. I need to ask you this. What about tarot?
With Tarot Voice, I mean, it was a long time in a hiatus because our drummer died. And it felt sad to touch those things and all that, but now it's been, over 10 years almost. I should count the years again. Time goes by. But anyway, and last summer, some of my friends, they got to put up this kind of a traditional charity concert in our hometown, Kuopio in Finland. And Jarkki, who was arranging it, asked us, guys, would it be time now if you get yourself a spare drummer? And then it kind of, charity, no obligations to do anything else, no need to do much but show up. Well, we did have to do a few days of rehearsals. But yeah, it was kind of an easy idea. And then when they announced it, they sold it out in 1 minute. So kind of came to mind, okay, it seems like some people are missing us. They put up another show and it was sold, I think, in that one day also. I'm not totally sure about that. But then, of course, a couple of friends that we know who are in the booking bands and managing business. Guys, wouldn't you do a few festivals next summer? And then we got together to talk about it. Fuck yeah, let's do it. It's not like we're gonna be going to enter a studio or anything like that. We haven't planned about it. And my brother has been very open about his situation. I mean, he's the guitar player in the band, and he's basically the personal caretaker and the nurse for his wife, who was very seriously invalidized. How do you invalidized? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that way we don't really have a chance to go anywhere to do weeks or months of touring. He has to be close, like he can set it up so that he can be away for a day or two, and then so doing festivals at summertime and weekends is pretty fine for them.
Yeah.
And then we have a chance to go there and do some particular type of metal and rocking that band has to do. And of course we hired a drummer from the band of our friends, Turmion Kätilöt, which is more like a Finnish industrial group
Wow.
Also keyboardist Janne, our keyboardist, he plays in that one too. So it was kind of a natural, okay, these guys already have they know how to work together, and so we kind of hired their drummer to be this session man for these shows. Oh yeah, he was going nuts for it. He really loves the old school tarot. Yeah.
Well, Marco, maybe there's a lot of people asking you about like which which band maybe you're having the most fun or something. But do you remember like your worst gig ever?
Worst gig ever. But that's probably some of the early day tarot shows because, well, I was in my 20s. I didn't really know as much as I do now about the workings of my body and voice and everything, and I might have been also wild and young and drinking a lot and staying up the nights and all that. So the worst gigs are probably those that I tried to do without any voice at all. There aren't many of those. Luckily, they were in the 80s, so you don't have them on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I was thinking the same. Yeah, so it's like there's no footage of it, so yeah, it never happened.
Yeah, it never happened. I was just bullshitting.
Well, and for you, what's the best part of making music?
I think it's hard to say because everything is great, but the thought processes, the inspirations, getting to write lyrical stuff, and oh yeah, now this is getting good. You get like good moments and inspirations there quite a lot. Con leche. We're getting some coffee.
Yeah, coffee break. Yeah.
It's not a break, but we shall have some. Gentlemen, tongue was already getting dry
okay.
for all the blah blah. But my main thing is absolutely doing shows. That's what I kind of like the most, the connection with the people and yeah, getting that high vibe out of yourself into the people, and people are getting it out of themselves and for you, and then you got this really nice bubble of great atmosphere where you're all rolling in, whether you're on stage or in front of it, and yeah, it's a connection of doing something that we all like.
Well, you've done a lot of things on your musical career, like playing with a lot of bands. Is there anything that you really, really wanted to do, and well, you haven't do like yet?
Well, still waiting that call from Tony Iommi to get the chance to sing on one of his riffs. Well, but it's by no means, and Tony, please call me. It's by no means a plan, but that would be fun.
I imagine that tons of people are asking you like, since you're touring with Tarja, it's like, well, is there any chance that you guys could play like as a band together again? Is there any chance?
As a band together again, I won't close that option off. We haven't talked about it, like putting up like a group together or anything like that. But at the moment, it seems that we get a different kind of connection than it was past. Because then the camps were really divided already when I stepped into the band, and it was hard to find the truth of things. Because a lot of it was like a managerial turf war, where we got told certain things by one side and told certain things by the other side, and lots of confusion, blah blah blah. And in the end, yeah, what we already realized like a few years back when we were all together there at doing Christmas shows in Finland, that after all the hassle has died and the noise has died and everything, you still find out that you lost a friend. And that was the main thing, so why we are basically doing these together again.
Yeah, well, and this tour is something that lots of people are expecting. So, yeah, well, what can Chilean and well Latin American fans can expect from these shows with Tarja and Marco?
Well, I think there are already some YouTube stuff from Argentinian side. So yeah, we're going to be doing a few, 2, 3, I don't remember, selected Nightwish pieces. Then there are of course those that relate very heavily to Nightwish. We've done Over the Hills and of course Phantom of the Opera. But they're of course written by totally other people. We've done a couple of Darja's own solo career stuff. And then we have one surprising piece there too, which, well, I'll tell about it later on in the evening at the show. A little bit more.
Yeah. Well, Marko, thank you for your time. It's been an amazing talk.
Okay.
And well, if you can say something to your fans, camera is yours.
Well, what I say and what I'm... Well, we're in Chile, Santiago. Tomorrow we're going to be heading on to Conception. And I like being here. There's been really good shows here, really great fans. We already saw that in Chocolate last year with Tuomas and Anneke, the acoustic tour and all that. The vibe was great. Actually, they sold 2 nights there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Chocolate. So, what I'm expecting is that we're going to put a energetic and positive acoustic duo, and after that the whole band on stage, and we're going to do some really nice shit for you people, because you deserve it. Show up, and you're gonna end up going home with a wide grin on your face and humming some tunes.
Well, thank you so much. Esta fue nuestra conversación con Marko Hietala. Muchísimas gracias a Nuclear Plus nuevamente por la invitación. Así que,